a true classic of American art through television. It was a true renaissance in style. It truly brought about a new era of television, and I am, of course, talking about Love and Marriage.
Oh, that's a great one.
Marriage go together like a horse and carriage. This I tell you, brother, you can't have one without the other. Yes, folks. Married with
Did you
Children.
know that Al Bundy wasn't originally supposed to be a male character? The main character was supposed to be a female, and it was Roseanne Barr was the first one actually offered the role.
Remember that?
I remember, I saw wasn't that just on a YouTube short?
She talked
like a month ago.
She was talking to Theo Vaughn about it, I think.
Yeah, facts you didn't know. So that was this was a show that literally there was 2 shows that I was allowed to stay up late for, and this was one of them because everybody in the whole family loved this show. My mom, my dad, all my brothers, we would gather around the TV to watch Married with Children, and there was just enough kid humor, just kind of really low humor that a kid could get. But then there was a bunch of stuff that went way over the kids' heads that they didn't get, that mom and dad are fucking laughing their ass off. And we're like, okay, because when you go back, now that you're an adult, you're like, oh, all the parts I didn't laugh at now are all way funnier now. Now I get it. And so it was a weird show that had humor on a lot of different levels. And what's interesting is it took a long time, but then eventually the folks from this show found success elsewhere. But no ma'am, Al Bundy tucking his hand in his pants, and also let's not forget their cousin is King Kong Bundy.
That's true.
Okay, I'll never forget his head bashes through the door. We're here, and it's this is perfect. So yes,
but Phil, don't let this distract you from the fact that in 1966, Al Bundy scored 4 touchdowns in a single game while playing for the Polk High School Panthers in the 1966 City Championship game versus Andrew Johnson High School, and including the game-winning score against his arch nemesis Bubba Spare Tire Dixon.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna say, I'm gonna take this back to the porn references we had earlier. Kelly is the first hot blonde, I don't know, you'd call her the girl next door. You can make a lot of different references, but Kelly was the sex symbol during this time. She was
Kelly Bundy was top tier.
Yeah. And that's why so many people our age love skinny blondes.
Yeah, she definitely helped. Paved the way in a lot of ways.
Yep,
yeah,
definitely.
Christina Applegate, my God.
Yep, the show did kind of have something for everybody because the teenage kid, they got Christina Applegate to look at, and they got Bud to identify with. Because Bud was perfect.
And then the dog.
Yeah, the dog was great when they gave the dog the voice, which. Family Guy totally didn't come.
Ed O'Neill
in
Ed O'Neill's just reactions to anybody saying something is just his facial expressions were just next level campy humor acting to the point where it just you couldn't help but be drawn into the character, and it was just so. It worked so well. And another great example of the chemistry on set was just clear, and it worked because of it.
Right.
That paved the way. That was during a time where most of the shows about a family and a husband and wife and kids, it wasn't about raunchy dysfunction and poor living situations. It was about togetherness and love and overcoming adversity. This was kind of the counterculture to those shows.
Grittier realness. Because, like you say, most sitcoms are Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, great example. Yeah. Look at us sitting in our multi-gajillionaire mansion that's clean in every single scene. And then, like, Al Bundy, like, they had carpets that ain't been vacuumed in 15 years. Okay? Like, no, that's real American homes. Okay? Like, that's reality. But all right, so that was my number 10 pick, Married with Children.